Yo,
Yo, what's the deal? What's up, gang?
what's going on, Wix?
Glad to see you guys are back. I'm not feeling well. I'm feeling like it's just you ever have those? You're just like I don't know. It's a low energy vibe. I don't know if it's the Knicks, if it's me. I don't know.
It's my
But
broken back.
my back is broken, man. I feel so bad. I feel like the word physical pain, waking up in physical pain every day. It's bro, go to a doctor.
Yeah, it's getting a little better. But
Everyone was telling me that last year for like months. Then I went to a surgeon and he was like, man, so hernias go away. You can either deal with the pain or get surgery. If I were you, you're young enough, deal with the pain because surgery is going to be problems down the line. And he's like, it's just, you don't know if you're going to deal with it a month, 6 months, 2 years. It was 9 months, right? Before it started receding. Because your body has a mechanism to naturally, fight hernias.
yeah, that's why I don't want to go to even a chiropractor because I know they're gonna.
No, don't do the chiropractor. They'll do more damage.
Yeah, I don't trust them either. That's
It's
what I
not
heard
about
too.
trusting. Some do really good work, but like I think in this case, like if you're like a senior, right, and you need that kind of work, I think it's good. But I know more people with bad stories from chiropractors than good. AKA more damage than help.
Yep, same.
Physical therapy. If you're in pain, too much pain, really try to avoid the epidural, but get it because the epidurals eventually down the line will come back as pain in the spine. Damn, this thing really dropped. What did I say? 4260 yesterday, right? We got to 4260 fairly quickly here. Yeah, remember I was talking about the daily and the weekly levels, and there's just no reason not to tap them. We're like mid-range, broke down, and that's where it's headed. That 4200 first, 4100. Quite possibly 4000 here. What I want, I don't want to go based on anything from the previous contract over there, price. What I would like to see is some fresh ranges created here. You good? Thirsty? You want it? You can take it if you want it. Just close it. Take the cap with you. Do me a favor, throw this out into the garbage. This is trash. Trash, right? Like this. Is it closed properly? Thank you. Toss that. And this. Thank you. Love you. Just a wrapper. Appreciate you. Close that door, please. Thank you. As you're coming in here, please don't forget to drop a like and sub to the channel, please. 2 pleases in that sentence. Yeah, just tell Kaya 5 minutes. Give her a 5-minute warning, okay? Give her a 5-minute warning. Okay? Well, he didn't do it on purpose. Where's my drink? Can I have it? Some of it, a little bit. Actually, no, take it. You know what? I'm gonna grab them. Yeah, so what we're waiting on is some fresh ranges to develop here. It doesn't look like much. This is 500 pips. 70s to the 20s, 400 pips. Doesn't look like much, but just this candle right now alone, just the hourly is over 100. So let's establish some fresh levels and go based off that. Go based off some recent data. Yeah, the daily closed bearish, but we don't have a top wick here today. Might not make one. Yeah, pretty bearish here. Pretty bearish with a hint of bull, with a hint of a bullish correction. The issue with having this drop off the rip and not having a daily top wick is that this might take a little while to develop here. Quite a bit waiting involved. You guys are really quiet today. Anybody else's back broken? Anything else? No? If y'all quiet, you guys are doing well.
I'm gonna go to the sauna and cold plunge after.
What you gotta do? Get some bands. Get the bands and just stretch. Do a lot of different stretches.
Yeah,
Do a
I'm
lot of
doing that too.
movements. Neck movements. Left, right, right. Stretch your back. Right. Do the chest stretch in between the doorways. Right. Your arms above the door. Put your arms to the side of the doorway and just lean in. You know what's good? Stand with your back to the wall and just go with your hands like this, but never with your hands never leaving the wall. Your back might peel off a little bit, but all the way from your sides, all the way down.
Yeah.
All. Do this shit for like 3 minutes. I used to do that at physical therapy. But then again, not everybody has the same problem. Up, Santos. What's the deal? Eddie did a stream today? Rita. In the building. 21 people. Likes looking skimp. Appreciate the support, brother. Yeah, we're almost at 31K subs. You guys have really been driving the subscribers here. Yeah, we're only about 70 subs away from 31K subs. Can we get like halfway there? Can we get like 20, 30 subs today? That'd be cool. That means, I think before the end of the week, 31K. I'd appreciate if you share the stream as well. Finally back on the charts. May hop on Zoom in a bit when I get home. Hell yeah, come through. What's up, Glue? You're biased, I'm bearish. Thinking more like 40K. 40K subs. Yeah, I love 40K subs, but we can't get there without getting to 31 first. So that's the next. Oh, Carolina scored again. 2-zip. Been a minute since you traded. Started up again. I'm on the charts, brother. That's a good trader. That's from Power Hour. That's from that was at 3 p.m. That was trade number 1000. Look at our record. Trade number 1000, win number 681. Please limit this. It was trade 1000. I'm going to leave it for the evening. It happened today. I'm going to leave it here for the evening. We get a trade 1001. I'll erase that. Matter of fact. Ah, cancel. Oof. Still be chopping it up. Find the aim for the session. I feel like I'm having a deja vu. Is that not the exact same question that was asked yesterday? Like, I mean, even to the wording. Did that happen, or am I having a deja vu? I feel like we had this discussion. Oh, no. Yesterday, somebody wanted to talk about... Yeah, somebody wanted to talk about the crash out. Is that what it was? Right, yeah, that's what it was. It happened. Yeah, man. It happened. Gotta be honest with you, though. If you've never crashed out as a trader, you've never like doubted or questioned everything you're doing, right? If you've never like, I talked about yesterday how I felt it once, right? But if you've never like stared at the screen wondering if you've completely lost it, I don't trust you. I probably don't even like it. Oh man. And it's right, because if somebody's telling you they've never had a complete mental breakdown while trading and question everything they know, I really don't trust them as a trader. They're dangerous, right? Trading is not a test of intelligence. Trading is a test of psychology, right? Trader who's never had a breakdown, like completely lose it, right? Just they fall into one of two categories, right? They haven't been trading long enough, or they're lying. At some point, you're going to be in this game long enough, right, where the market is going to find every weakness you have, right? It's going to expose your ego, your intelligence, your patience, your discipline, your confidence, your identity, everything. And, you know, I've watched traders. I've literally seen traders lose hundreds of thousands of dollars and be fine, and then lose $10 and completely lose it and crash out because it wasn't the money aspect. It's just what that trade meant to them. And like certain trades, they put doubt, they put fear, right? They put that feeling into you that maybe you're not who you thought you were. And that's like, that's important. That's important, right? Because the dangerous trader is not the one that crashes out. The dangerous trader is the one who hasn't been humbled yet. Put it that way. Right? Every serious trader eventually wants to quit. Once they go through the part where, like, don't tell me you haven't gone through it, because not necessarily quit, but where you question everything about what you do. Right? You stare at the charts and you're like completely disconnected. Like, I thought this is what I did, right? But you start questioning the person you are, and how did you get here from the person you thought you were? Put this in door, I got you. Right? But that's not failure, though. That's tuition. And you gotta go through it. You gotta learn, right? The breakdowns, those mental breakdowns, the complete breakdowns and lapses in psychology and trading, right? It's not what creates you as a trader. It's what reveals you. It's what reveals to you who you really are. Yeah, so what really matters is have you learned anything from the wreckage that you just went through, right? From the failure that you just went through. Like, the crash itself isn't what matters, right? When you become a trader, you're not adding on, you're not building on top, you're rebuilding yourself, right? So the best traders are the ones that go through the wreckage and are able to rebuild themselves. So if you're telling me you've never had your confidence shattered by this business, then you obviously have not been here long enough, right? Or the lesson that's coming for you just hasn't arrived yet. But a person that's lost in the markets is not who you should fear. The person who thinks they're above crashing out, let's put it that way, is the one who you should fear. It's really scary when a trader thinks that they're above the crash out coming for them. Have you questioned everything? Yes. He said, I didn't ask for all that. I just think it's scary when people haven't crashed out, or you think that that's the good trader. That's not the good trader that hasn't crashed out. That's the dangerous trader. It's a dangerous person in life as well. If a person hasn't been humbled in life, they can be very, and not good type of dangerous. Oh, they're dangerous. They're like, no, they can be very dangerous to you, because just depending on how you get involved with them, because life hasn't humbled them. If they think they're above the crash out, not in trading, but of life, no one is. That's the person that has no limits when you get in a car with them, right? And you're like, holy shit, let me out. That's the person that risks it all on something stupid, right? My analysis, we're bearish, but I'm not looking for any positions until we create some structure. 15 was starting to create that structure. You got a closure here with no bottom wick. You've opened up with a bottom wick. I don't want to take any bottom wick entries here with this massive droppage. I'm bearish, but I realize daily doesn't have a top wick, and we don't necessarily make it here right now, but I also don't want to have any positions without having any recent levels or structure, and all we have is this 15 level. So I'm just waiting for some levels to be created. If it just continues pushing through 10 p.m., then I'll call it. I doubt it. That's what it will happen. I think we'll see some structure created, but possibility. There's just no analysis. I can look to the left, but I don't want to go back to the last contract, like I said, to look at the levels, because there's all we have here is this, right? It's just one heavy drop to 4,200. So I would like a pullback, and I would like to create some kind of range. I'd like to fill that range as well. Okay, give me 1 second. Bugged out, didn't take the 30-minute trade during honesty. I don't blame. Honestly, I would not have taken it. I might have. You know, I might have had a position right there. I just needed to see it at the moment. I didn't like that we got a lit candle. I didn't see how this opened because I wasn't on. I didn't look at the charts till power. Oh no, I'm lying. I looked at the charts here. I did see this. I saw this candle right there close, and then I saw this closing like candle. I'm like, I'm not getting involved with this shit in this range. I walked away. I didn't look at it yesterday. The thing is, my stop here is over 200 pips, and we would have crashed out though. If this candle gave a bottom wick right here, that would have been bad news for us. Right there. This had a bottom wick. I don't know what that was. All right. If this candle gives a bottom wick like that, highly likely we would have been in on this candle break of the lows. Or no, I'm sorry. Highly likely we would have been on a top wick right there off the 30. And that would have fucked up. Would not have expected that top wick. Yeah. But there was no bottom wick here. Wasn't me. I was like, take it or no. If I'm not fully dedicated to this at the moment, I stay away. And it made sense, right? We spoke about this before, right? You'd expect a little fake out before the drop, before the heavy drop. Broke all the highs there into that area. Oh, I think we spoke about this last night. This was at 2 a.m. and I missed this. Yeah. This was solid. You look at oil price? No. That's a negative.
It's definitely a no for me, dog. $600 pip 4-hour candle.
2,000 pip, right? About 1,100 pip 4-hour candle. What I will say though is this drive down was 1,700 pips. And what I will say about this is this one's going to be roughly the same. Yeah. And that's the nature. Okay. How this drive slows that. This is something I wanted to talk about before. You have this massive breakout. Usually when you get that massive breakout, you don't come back to that resistance to come back down. You'll range a bit. So if this is a push, your next pull back should not, depending how far we push right now, what kind of ranges, but we should not break into this zone. We should technically create a resistance here if we do pull back up. Right? If we do pull back up, we should be able to create a resistance at that area. Candle. And we should be able to come down. Now, as the market starts hitting higher time frame supports, as it starts hitting higher time frame supports, you'll see the smaller time frame slowing down by faking out. And what happens here is usually you will, when you start slowing down, your next push will typically come back through the range to that area. Now, depending on how heavy, you might get two pushes like this, where you come back to just, right, your previous support, tap that resistance, but you don't break back in the range. Heavy push, you should not break back into the range. As the push starts slowing down, your next push might come back into the range, but you should still hold this area and still make it back to the level where this push came from. Okay. So if we see this, we know that the drive down is slowing down as we're entering back into the range. We didn't create a resistance here. We understand it's still a heavy push and we're still very bearish if we create that resistance here. If it goes back into the range, you expect this to hold. These are your limit order areas. Boom. Boom. In this case, after a heavy push, it's this area. It's not here. Because if after that heavy push, you come back in there, you don't look for the sell limit here. You look for a tap into this area and you're looking for a buy limit off of here. And these are the things that I'm working on putting on paper to be able to explain it. But that's how you see, that's how I adjust to heavy pushes, and that's what I look for. Not because there's just an edge, that this is just what happens in the market. And if you can read it, you can just get way ahead of the actual pattern by recognizing what the candles are doing. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
This is your indication the push is slowing down. This is your indication is that you're back into this range that, hey, throw the brakes on in terms of your bias. And let's see, we are going to start making some decisions. You can play this area. You can play this area the first time you get back to them. After that, this is where markets make a decision. when you get, it doesn't mean that now off this area, you're not going to see push again, right? You might have had a bearish 4-hour closure and this push up is just a top wick, right? You might still see that. It just won't happen like this. It'll give you that pull back here and then retest the highs, right? Because this is a bullish push. And it doesn't need to print like this. The market can just do this all in a couple of candles. Boom, boom. You just got to realize what's happening, how it's gathering itself. You'll usually, if you're gonna hold this level and come down bearish, you're not gonna pull up here with candles. You'll wick into it. You'll get your next resistance formed, and then you start breaking down. If you're gonna continue the push, right? Usually this will happen, and this right here will be a fake out on a smaller time frame. That those wicks that go into that level, it'll be a fake out. Top wick. But if you're not getting back into the range and you're seeing this resistance form before the range, you can expect a retest of the lows, not the drive through, to make another decision. Market makes another decision here. Usually heavy push will drive through. If you don't get back up there, you just bottom on here, you'll usually drive through on the next one. Not 100% of the time, it's just what I recognize. Right? You can't build an entry off of that, but you can start getting ready and start building your plan based on the narrative that the charts are giving you. Right? But if you're back into this range, up in just like here, right? We broke the lows, we came back up into this whole area. Right here, right? We came back up into this whole area after breaking the lows down here. In this case, you are not likelier to come back down to here. You are likelier to get back down to here. That's your advantage point. And then figure it out, right? Is it going to continue up and continue down? Now this is years. This isn't. Oh, this is also knowledge. Like these are things that are fairly recent in terms of how this can help us and what we do. Right? You notice it, you recognize it, you see these things all the time, but you're not sure how to use it to your advantage. So the thing is, right, you just don't see the opportunity because no one points it out, but it's there in front of you. It's like you can't tell how many red cars you've seen today, but if I tell you, hey, count how many red cars you see today, you're gonna have an exact count for me, right? Unless you're colorblind. And same thing here. You're not gonna know the opportunity's there unless you know the opportunity, and then you can recognize it every time it shows up. Not a big fan of this trickle down. It's tricky, tricky, tricky. It's time to rock around. Clip it. You know what you should clip? Wait, what was I saying earlier? Oh, yeah, the psychology. The dangerous trader. You got to clip that part. Daniel's like, bitch, don't you see how much things I got going on? Have you seen my shelf? I'm bad now. Yo, I hope all is well with mom. Prayers out to Mom Dukes. They took my haterade. Where's my haterade? We gotta run up the IG though. I've been slacking, but like, I just have not been feeling like convincing people or promoting. Like, bro, we've been doing. There's so much value, and we've been giving out so much. I don't know. I don't know why I just don't resonate. People, I stand behind what I do 100%, 110. And it's not like, oh man, like this, I deserve to have a big. No, I'm just like, I'm not overboard about it, but like, I feel like value should speak for itself, right? And for some reason, it's not resonating with people, and we're making a killing. A lifestyle too boring. I mean, how exciting can it be for, like, if our audience is like 25 to 35, like how exciting can it be for them? You know what I mean? Follow a dude with 3 kids. Nah, they wanna party. And you know what's crazy? Like, I don't even want to talk about that. Crazy thing is, people really want the accounts, right? But I was given away with the bundle, and don't really care for the value. And I'm like the thing that's gonna get you, like, why are things so backwards? Like, you guys gotta rationalize better. You're looking to save instead of improve. Man, if I would spend any kind of extra money, right, to improve, get better, instead of trying to save more. You're not trying to figure out how to save. You're trying to figure out how to earn. So saving isn't something you're even thinking about. And you guys rationalize in groups, and it's like, and then there's conversation I see, like, right, in either in the Discord or in the comment sections on IG, and they're like, yeah, with the account, yeah, me too with the account, and it would be worth it. It was just, I'm like, bro, get it and buy 1,000 of your own accounts next month, or 100 of your own accounts next month. Also, like, I don't think you guys really, whoever has got the bundle, you guys really don't take full advantage of it, because, like, there are some people that, like, flood me with questions about how this is, why I'm doing this, why I'm doing that. Right? But I'm surprised. It's not like like you should be. I just figured maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, like, everyone's different, but or everyone just does things differently. Some people don't even want to trade. They just kind of want to, they don't want to know this. They just want to make some money. But I personally thought that more people would be reaching out on a, like, individual level, trying to get a better understanding of what and why. Because, like, I'm very easy to communicate with. It's funny. I've met some people in person, and they get like, it's tough. Okay, I don't know if he's here, but like the first time I met Reza, sorry Reza if you're here, but he was like starstruck. It's like he saw something. I'm like, bro, are you serious? Like, just talk to me normally. And maybe like people are afraid to sound stupid, or afraid to talk, or they're just like, we're all the same. And this thing doesn't care if this trading thing doesn't care if you're a good person, bad person, right? It doesn't care what you've done in life. It doesn't care if you're smart, right? It's not intelligence that matters here. Like I said earlier, it's psychology and putting in hard work, putting in work, right? Some people are really shitty people or really selfish people, but they'll put in the work. They're hard workers. They'll succeed, not because they deserve it or they're better people, but because they put in the effort. Thing doesn't care who you are as a person. Gotta hop on that call, bro. Have a lot of ideas for you. Yeah, we got. Do it. Push me to get on that call. Like, bro, do the call now. Watch the channel off and on. I appreciate you showing up whenever you could. I'm not touching this till we create some structure. I told you this is target here, 4,200, but I have no edge anywhere for an entry here. Or risk management, right? We could take an entry, say it's going down there, but what if it goes down there in 2 hours and for now it reverses for a couple of hours and then there's 1,000 pips to drawdown, right? So there's just, you understand where it's going, but there's got to be, your entries got to have not just the entry edge, oh, this is a good place to enter, but your risk management's got to be there. There's got to be a whole plan to every possible situation. Right now, I don't have an idea for that. Yeah, one of the few things you can do everything wrong and win, and everything right and lose. A lot of things that we do here are counterintuitive to you, right? In terms of human nature. But you'll get it down. Like, it's just time. Really time. I still have aha moments to this day, and I've been doing this for a long time. This is my 9th year. Just got the bundle. W, yo, I'm changing a few things up for stream. Gonna be alerts for that. There's gonna be a little Wix popping out on screen. Be fun. Because I just got the bundle. Now that I am in, where should I start? I have 0 trading knowledge prior to starting to watching the streams around 2. Oh, you have 0. Like, you're like what's a pip? If that's where you're at, you have 0 in terms of how we trade. Zelch. Okay, yeah, that's zip, 0, nada, Zelch. Go to babypips.com. Yeah, I know he means nothing. 0 Zelch, zip, nada. Go to babypips.com and go through the basic course. Don't learn any of the indicators. Just go through the basics. But it's if you want to get some reading material in, right? In terms of like what's what. Don't go into strategies, indicators, none of that. Just basics, and then keep showing up to the stream here because you're not gonna need that for long. You're gonna just get yourself acquainted. You need to show up to the streams to understand the lingo, and after you do that for a little while, you can understand what we're saying. You gotta understand. You're gonna start hearing discussions about concepts, strategies, just givens, facts, certain nuances for the session, timing, volume, levels, candles, price action, patterns, cycles, news. There's a lot. It takes time. It takes time. College is 4 years. I'd say roughly 5,000 hours. That's what you need. 5,000 hours on the charts. Just not to be profitable. To feel like you belong. And don't listen to influencers on YouTube in case you decide to do late night search. Is that a heckle? Is that like a shot at me? You know what? I would agree with you. To an extent, I would agree with you. Like, think about it. I'm just some random dude on YouTube. So you're to an extent, you're right. Like, if we're looking at it objectively, right? If I'm being objective, can't disagree with it. I'll also say it's 2026, so if you do enough of your own due diligence, you'll find someone or something that steers you in the right direction. Not a lot of people search late night and get themselves in trouble and learn the wrong things. Oh, I thought you were, because it's an evening session, you were taking a shot at me, saying influencers on YouTube. Pretty specific here. You could have just said influencers on social media or just influencers. I'm not really an influencer, bro. Like I'm up. What they're doing for you is they're clearing out range. So yeah, you might not get that pullback here. It might not set up for the session. You might not have a position here tonight. That's a possibility. But you're setting yourself up, right? Or the market is setting up for you to take advantage of it as it starts creating structure, because now you have clean ranges. An educator, not an influencer. Yeah, I'm more of a guide, right? I'm not really teaching you things. I'm just passing down what I know. Can't make you profitable. I can show you the door. It's up to you to walk through it, Neo. Most people buy gold when the world's in turmoil, but now that things are turning over and around, gold is not dropping. Yes, but like at this moment right now, we are again bombing the shit out of Iran. I think Trump, just like in the last hour, started bombing them again. Because they brought down an American chopper. All right, I've learned a lot watching your streams, and you made me a lot of money with your education. Just so you know, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, thank me. You're welcome. There's some very wealthy people that are trading in here, some rich people that make that are trading 10, 20, 30, 50 times the amount of capital that I am in here. So there's people in here that are making quite a bit. I kind of like Trump after I realized how Trump influence is making a lot of people make cash. Like, it's our job is not to have any kind of personal or attachment, right? We as traders do what's right for our pocketbook. We as parents, as siblings, as family members, as children with parents, right? We should be worried about our pocketbook and making the situation better for our family. And for ourselves, for everyone around us. Your feelings can't pay at the store. Your feelings don't get you out of poverty. So it's not, our job is not to like war, like Trump, or hate a country, or like what's going on. Our job is to figure out how to take advantage of every kind of fucked up the way it sounds, but that's really like our job is to take advantage of everything that's going on in the world. How can we understand the sentiment? How can we objectively, without you know, having it as a sphere of influence on our personal life, how can we objectively break the situation down and then have some kind of edge? Yeah, like whether it's good or bad, right? I've said this before. Never let a crisis go to waste. Never let a good crisis go to waste. I don't snipe. You know, that's what you do. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, yeah, you have swingers, you have day traders, you have scalpers, and then you have snipers. New thing. The mechanic. Caviar in the building. What's up, brother? I miss your bald head. I would never say that to anyone, but I saw a funny reel where there was like 100 bald guys working out, and then the dude in the front started yelling, "Bald guys rock." So I was like, I miss your bald. Send me a lock. Bro, what? I got a whole bag of locks that I cut off, remember? From last year? Down to the floor. Honestly, you could have my length hair if we can get those on you. What you need to do is grow out just a little bit so we can attach them. Otherwise, we just gotta fucking... glue a little Velcro on your head. Never let a crisis go to waste is so mad, but that's what we get for living in this world. That's what we get for doing what we do. Some people's jobs are to solve crisis. Our job is to take advantage of it. When there is one, not that we should be rooting for one. Our job is to take advantage of whatever the environment is. Whatever the political or the geopolitical or the financial landscape is. Our job is to figure out how it is just to understand the sentiment around the world. Market psychologist. Taking Turkey, how implanted? Oh, they do the Turkish thing in Miami now. You don't gotta go to Turkey. Turkiye. Turkiye. I think they officially changed the pronunciation. $9.20. You know what that means, gang, right? Anybody know what that means? All right. All it means is that somewhere in the world, it is 420. People smoking the ganja, the kaya. You know, Bob Marley called cannabis kaya. Kind of funny. My middle daughter's name. Can you please explain how you find your lowest, highest, and midpoint? Those aren't variables I'm familiar with. Or maybe I just don't understand what you mean. Bougie! Are you a carton of eggs in already? Or dinner's being made? Yo, hold on. We just closed below the most recent, right? On the 15. No top wick here on the 30. Funky retest. Close right below it, but man, I would like this top wick on the hourly and the 30. Zoom door, I got you. Jordan in the building. No ice cream right now. 15 celery. There is no 15 celery yet, but if there will be one, this candle will have to close doji. I'm gonna need the next candle. If we're gonna do the celery thing, the hourly is gonna need a top wick, which means if the top wick can break these highs and then break that low, I might be interested. And timing matters too, as we're coming up on the 4-hour close here at the end of this hour. Oof. And there's no top wick here. There's a high probability that next 4-hour makes that top wick. Gonna keep tumbling down. There's 2 confirmations. I haven't had any yet. I think in Thailand it's 420. Nah, it's like Hawaii. Right? What time's it in Hawaii? 420, 320. Go. 30 still open. Yeah, I'd need a candle to break that high before coming down. We need this hourly to have a top wick. Otherwise, I'm under the impression that at any point here we can, bottom out and come up and make it. We're very overextended. We're due for a pullback, so yeah. I'm gonna take a TV job so I can watch. Need that mint France jersey. All right, we got 6 minutes. 6 minutes to the 30 closes. We're gonna wait on this 30. Regardless what happens. Because this 15 could plummet, right? We can get down to support here, 4,200. But that's not me, man. Not for me. Maybe the next 30 does it for us. Yeah, a lot of nice jerseys. I saw that too. They've stepped up their jersey game. The artiste. Careful with this level here on a 5. AI making jerseys? Better imagination than human beings? Alright, will this run? That is a 210 pip stop. I mean, you might be looking for the wick fill on the 15. That's a 210 pip stop. 30 still open here. Expect in 5 minutes, you expect another top wick on a 30. You don't want it to open up with a bottom wick, so there's just nothing here. The hourly never flip bullish. There's no structure. I will wait. I will wait. Sorry to the chat. I always interrupt everyone asking trading questions. I got worried. How dare you ask trading questions on a trading stream? Crashing out, bro. Crashing out. All right, give me a second. So the 30 break of the lows gives us an advantage point of 100 pips here, 97 pips. I need this candle to break the highs and then break the lows. There's a high likelihood we'd come down here because we close below, and this is the retest, right? On this minor retest right there of that level. And it could come down heavy, but I'm not going to take it unless we attempt to come back up. Right? You have a light candle. Thing needs to come back up. If it can do that and it re-breaks lows, I will take it. Right now, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I need a top wick here. Need an attempt to come back up in range. Look at this 30. You want a top wick on a 30. You want a top wick on the hourly, but the way we've printed here, we can look for that sell as long as we make that attempt to come back up. Right, closure below. Attempted to come up, close below again, but I need the 30 to have wick. But this one doesn't have a wick, so we just might continue the same way. Let's see. Is there anything here we just tapped into? It's 4-hour drove here. Usually you see the pullback on the last 30, last 15 of the 4 hour. Will this be the pullback, or will we come up here and then re-break the lows? $42.32 areas. Is that it for the 30? There, right? 42.31 east. 42.35 ideal. Come up. Yeah, rebroke the low, but barely right there. Oh, it didn't. It did not re-break the low. A re-break of the highs will set a sell stop. I'd held. We can break the high instead of sell stop. If it doesn't, then breaks that low. High chance of it coming down here, but I need this attempt up. Not a 30 top wick I'd want to see. Not active yet. Gotta re-break the high. Alright, if it pushes down, it pushes down. I'm okay with that. We'll wait on the 4-hour close. I'm not, you know, no one's gonna force any hands here. I'm not gonna take it on the market's terms. I'm gonna take it on my terms. I can handle, you know, a lesson learned on my own terms. I'm not a big fan of learning lessons outside of what I do. I'd like to build upon, you know. Here for the first time, hey, drop a like, sub to the channel. Appreciate you showing up. Need a break of the highs here. Once this breaks highs, we'll set the sell stop. Doesn't mean it will come down. You're likelier then to see a pull back up for the 4-hour bottom wick. But if on the off chance the candle decides to then re-break the low after that high is made, we should be good to go. I'm going to get to 31, 32 areas for a top wick. 32 ideal. Just giving your opinion. Oh, I'm not saying you're wrong. Yeah, it might push down. Agreeing. 32. Get me to 32. Re-broke, right? Broke the high, yeah. All right, perfect. I'm gonna set a sell stop here. That's 31.2. Created a wick, came down, made a low, came up. We retested that low, didn't break it, and re-broke that top wick. Grabbed more orders. That means next time we break this low, we should come down further than what we did here. We did grab more orders. Next fourth. What's this? How much is this? I don't want to re-break that high, honestly. There's a chance we get wicked in and come up re-break highs. I'm going to take that loss because the ranges are massive. Yeah, it's 120 pips. I'm going a bit less in terms of risk here. I think 15 flat. Yeah. 15 flat, 15.1. Move stops to break even here. You do not want to pull back here. You want to drive through. If it pulls back, it'll get a little tough. Push. One more push. Oh, we on the dot. Come on. Tapped it on the dot. 15.1. Don't pull back. I'm going to buy right there at market. There we go. That. Boom. Perfect. Come on. There we go. Stop. Buy. Stop. Dude. Secure a little more right there. It's at the wick fill. And let's see if we can get down here. 19. A little bit more. Come on, don't pull back. Go. Buy limit at 2. See if we can retest this slow. Just want a retest of the wick. Go. Come on. Close out the candle. Push down. There we go. 100 pips. Secured.
Beautiful, bro. Get the bundle.
Get the bundle. There we go. I'm going to close full right there on the live account as well. Banger. Yo, there we go. We've secured over 100 pips every single day this month. Congrats. W. Great job waiting on that rebreak of the high, right? What we needed. We needed more orders to bring us down further. Yeah, 1,001 trades placed here. Win number 682. 103 pips. Time to touch 4160. I'm looking to get to 4200 here and see a reaction, but candles closing. We got our pips. I don't want it to create a bottom wick in the form of pulling back here. We got our 100. 103. Win number 682.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Nice job, nice job, nice job. You win a scene short. It was on screen. The damn trade was on screen. That's why we wait. Stay patient, right? Like there could be situations that you're not really planning on or thinking of, but they still provide an edge. Yeah, we close right here. 09. 09.1 was full closure. Maybe another 60 pips here, but I'm not risking 100 to get 60 more. What else? Look at this 4 hour. It might close with no bottom wick. Goddamn. I'm up 3 cents. W. we got over 100 pips inside the bundle every day this month, but not every one of those was on stream. A lot of these are in the private channel. Some of it was in the private streams we did. So if you want to be part of that, get the bundle. So I was talking about, like, I don't understand people, like, why don't they want to help themselves? Like, I offer an account, bro, sign up. Like this, like, yo, we're non-stop winning. And even when we, you know, when we take a L, it's always a lesson. There's always something behind it. There's always something that we get out of it, walk away with. And we got what we wanted. It printed exactly on our terms, right? That position was taken on our terms. We didn't take it as it broke the lows. We would have sat in some drawdown. 100 pips worth of drawdown when it broke the lows. But we avoided the drawdown and then took the volume, right? Our job is to predict with high degree of probability the high volume candle. And that's what we did here today. Love the way you highlighted the upper liquidity grab, driving it down with momentum. Yes. Glad you guys reading or listening. That's what makes it all worth it, when people add value to what I do. Not because I don't add value. I don't add value to it. You guys do by actually listening. That means it's important. That's what gives it value. That people deem it important. It got value to me because, like, that's what I believe is important. But over here, the value being passed down, like, you guys give it value because you listen to it. You listen, that means you deem it important. Okay, can you guys, 3 weeks of just listen, just paid off? Yeah. Listen, show up, spend time on the charts. Pretty good. You'll take losses, you'll crash out, you'll cry on your own in solitude. Why did you have to wait for the second rebreak of the high? Because we weren't driving off a resistance. And I believe that the market needs to drive. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I'm off on my levels, and sometimes, like, I'm human. This is just my experience. But majority of the time, the knowledge that I have that's guided by experience, it has shown me that the volume shows up off support or off resistance. And a lot of times when it doesn't get there, but it looks like the drive, it won't be it. Yeah, sometimes it's worth taking it when it's a 50, 60 pip risk, right? And then if it goes back against you, you're kind of still ahead in the trade. You just got to sit through the drawdown because your timing is off. But those are 50, 60 pip drawdowns. If we were going to hold the drawdown here, look at this stop. So I wasn't going to risk that drawdown. I was going to let it happen. It was either going to go without me, or I was going to let it happen on my terms. And it did just that. If we go to the 5, remember I pointed out this resistance here. I set 31, 32 areas right there. I run across. I literally pointed this out. Look where we tapped on the dot. So whenever we got up here, to me, this wasn't resistance. This is not driving off a level that brought stuff down here. This level brought price down. So I said, even if it breaks the low, I needed to get back up to a resistance area so we can drive. You think daily comes back up for a top wick? The 4-hour closure will determine that. That is a lot of driving. No, I do not. Market needs time to turn around. It might take the whole day. But then again, look at this. Like, and right back up. I don't think this is what happens again. If we see a wick clear this out and we're driving through it, highly likely we establish some levels now here. Because this is cleared out, this is all new. None of these levels exist. Anything in here is new. So I think we're gonna establish some new levels here. Coming up on that daily. Just from experience and how long it takes the market to turn around. That wick, that happens very rarely. That's one in a few. You know what I mean? Most of the time, you'll get the level sprinted. But hey, you might get tomorrow, right, as a top wick as well. Like if you're going to continue down, you might come up tomorrow, create that wick. But we also have the rest of the day to come up, right? You're probably looking to tap into 170 and then spend the rest of the day driving back to this area right there at 38, 43, 30, 40. You know? Funny, wasn't really feeling talking a lot tonight, but there's a lot of good concepts discussed tonight. A lot of good value. I was gonna say before we even took the trade, remember at around 9:30, I stepped out for a second, said, "Give me a sec," and I sat to myself, and I'm like, I sat down in the bag by the pool, and I lit my joint for about a couple of minutes, and thought to myself, "Wow, I really don't mind not placing a trade on stream. This is a really valuable stream. People should rewatch." That's the thought I had in my head, because there's just the things we broke down, discussed today, can be really valuable when people are trading on their own. And I came back and we actually set up for a position, which makes the stream even better. Even better now. G sweater now. Where's Kenny when you need him? Again, can you do me a favor? You guys already know the routine. Can you guys spam the shit out of the W button so I can make some content? I haven't posted nothing today at all. I need your help, gang. Please spam the shit out of the W button. Not just the mods. Everybody. Come on, gang. Spam the W's. Let's go. Spam the dubs. Spam the dubs. Spam the W's. Spam them, spam them, spam them. All right, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That helps me make a little post online on the IGs. Tell people we got a W today with the private gang, or no, with on stream. And it makes them be like, "Ooh, I don't care." You help yourself. What do you mean you don't care? Make some money. We have CPI tomorrow. Oh. why the chart gold number is different than live now. Are you on spot gold? This is a gold futures contract. You're probably on XAU USD, which is spot gold. Different. See my gold futures. What's your TP? Full TP was here. We just tapped into it. Yeah, no longer in a trade. We closed for 103 pips. Now got it. Yeah, we have a 4-hour closure here in 2 minutes, but it's kind of irrelevant. I'm not gonna trade that next 4 hour like this. Close in with no bottom wick. What I'm gonna do is TP means take profit. Full take profit. So you have a stop loss and a take profit, right? You have this position. Stops is when you take a L, right? Your stop loss gets hit here, and your target is your take profit, wherever you secure the bacon. And TP was 100. What does that mean? What do you mean I buy 89.9? No, we sold up here, and we put a buy here for a partial close. So rewind the stream. We get in a sell right here. Look at it. Right there. We get in a sell right there. Get rid of this. Ballpark somewhere over there. Get in a sell there. This is stops. This is TP. Now, you saw a buy here, right? At that area. You saw something like this. Buy. Limit buy. That was a partial TP because, see, limit buy was a 2. Well, right now it's a 2, but it was an 8. So the position on a sell was a 10, and then you set an 8 buy for an 8, which will take 8 off. It'll open 8 the other way, which means it'll close out 8 out of the 10 that are coming down for the sell. And the remainder 2, which is 20% of the position left, will stay there. Oh, I was doing the opposite, like betting the market would go high. Oh, yeah. Wait. Why are you? You better be paper trading, or if you're just learning, if you're asking me what TP means, you should not have any money on the table. This needs to be 0.01 or paper trading. Thank you. Yeah, you got to be paper trading. If you're just building, if you're learning, you spend as little as possible on education. You get the same education whether you lose $1,000 or $1. Same education. Yeah, you could have taken the same exact entry. Your price would have been different, but if you're looking at the chart and you're taking it based on the chart itself, not the price, you could have taken the same exact entry. All right, yo, the 4-hour closed. Get rid of this. This is not range for a 4-hour candle. That was some range. Yeah. Highly likely not much before London. If we do get a pullback, I will look to retest these lows if we get a straight shot up for a pullback. So that position we'll take into the signal channel and to the bundle, into the private community. And if that happens, obviously we'll call it in there in the private community. 0.1 is the best and cheapest education. I've been saying that forever. You learn the same lesson at 0.01 that you will at 100. Your job, if you know that you're learning, you know you're not doing this as a career just yet, right? Not paying the bills. There's absolutely no need to lose the money, and you will lose it. There's no need to lose a large sum of money. You pay for education as little as possible. If they told you you want to go to Harvard at 100 grand a year or at $10, I'd be like, I pay $10 right now and spend 4 years just learning, not making a dollar. That's what you got to be okay with. I'm not going to make $1 before summer or by the end of this year. I'm not going to have a Lambo by next summer or 2 summers from now. I'm going to spend this entire time not wasting money, but spending as little as possible, just getting good, learning. Wish somebody told me that when I started. Would have saved me so many hard times. Review on 1 hour and a 4 doesn't have much of a bottom wick. We're very overextended. We want to pull back. We want to create some structure, aka range. So support, resistance, right? We want waves. We don't want straight line. And once we have structure, I can trade it. I can have advantages. I can have an edge, right? There's opportunity that I'm very versed in, very well versed in. Buy me from work and I have 5 years experience in trading. Can I live with it? No. You can't. You're asking me that question, so you obviously can't. Streamed already? You were supposed to call me first. Yo, first. There we go. I called you first. What's the best time frame for scalping? If you aren't doing top-down analysis, multiple time frame analysis to build the narrative, you're not doing what I'm doing. There's no best time frame. The best analysis comes from being able to integrate all the time frames into one story. You build a narrative, and the time frames have to agree. You live on TikTok? No. Get the bundle, 100%. Yo, yeah, if you want to be in tune with what we're doing, get the bundle. Other than that, gang, I'm going to run here. I'm going to call it a session. There's nothing that I'm expecting here for this hour period. There's going to be no trades in this hourly candle based on that 4-hour closure, no matter what this 15 and 30 shows me, based on the level that we're at. We need some pullbacks. We need some closures. And as long as it keeps dropping down, it's going to get a little difficult, very overextended. You want price to come up and create levels and create structure, and then you can trade based on that. Well, if that happens, I'll obviously call it in the signal channel. The bundle members, look out for positions in there. If you got access to it. If you don't, get the bundle. And please, go get your Top 1 Futures accounts. If you're getting your funded accounts, get an instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. Skip the challenge and use code WIX so you could save 50%. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow, whether it's New York session, NYC Open, or whether we do Power Hour like we did today and make 50 pips. We will do one of those. And we will do Asian session tomorrow. Zoom gang, I'll see you guys in the clubhouse. Mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. If you're new here, keep showing up. Keep showing up. Day in, day out, you will get better like the rest of the gang here. What else? Yeah, great stream. Appreciate you, hippie. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please drop a like, sub to the channel on your way out.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
As for me, my time here is up. You guys already know the deal. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Have a good night, everybody. I appreciate you guys showing up. And just keep showing up, and you will get better. It's inevitable. You keep putting time in and into the charts. Inevitable. We'll get better. Later.